Hello guys, MikuChibi here, welcome back to Sword on the Factor, and look what we have here. We have the full burst step up order, which probably many have been waiting for, because this one is only featuring full burst skill, so no Axel, no Awakening, no Chain, no Link skill. This is only purely focused on the full burst skill record that you can get, and the last time we got this one, that was back in February, so 2 months ago roughly. 14th of February, and they did add more skill record into the newer one. So the last time we had the skill record was the Season Sky Yuki. So if we take a look on the banner, let's see. Here you can see here, this is the last one. So from here are the ones that got added. So in this video, we're just gonna focus on those for today. And if you wonder about the other skill, well, you can pretty much check out my previous full burst banner, but in general, full burst banner will always be good. Short about the banner, only featuring full burst skill record, like I mentioned, and it's a 3-step banner. So step 1, 50% off, step 2, regular price, and step 3 are guaranteed full burst skill record. And nothing special up the step. You can see the nothing increased drop rate, which I wish they did that, because if they increased it like maybe 8%, maybe 12%, no, 12%, use 4% increase, you know, it could be really good. So 12%, 12%, and 12%, it will be great, and definitely will have a really good value. But Bandai doesn't want to do that. Believe only Grand Order has that. So if you're waiting for Grand Order, it could be better if you're only looking for perfect skill record. Duration of this banner is till the 13th of May, so roughly 9 days on you to decide if you want one or not. And now for the skill record, of course, full burst will always be good, much better than mod skill. So these one are the ones you can get from the full burst banner. We have all the weapons, war, rapier, dagger, mace. We have also passives, can be really useful if you're missing a full burst to activate another burst skill. And then limit skill will not be included in the full burst because they are game crossover, celebration, or collab. So we have the game crossover, memory defrag, ranking steel, and then the slime collab. They won't be in the banner, so if you were looking for collection to collect these, well, unlucky, you missed them out. So yeah, these are the skills that I can get, and now let's talk about the skill record that you can get in this banner that got added into the pool. So we can see here, these are the ones that got added onto FIFA. These list by the burst skill, but I used to have it as a lineup. So the skill record that you can get in the full burst banner at the moment are this one: the Christmas Asonam, traditional Xenom, Valentine Leaf, then the, I think this is Blossom skill record, April Fool Xenon, Car's birthday, the airline banner, this one I don't remember, the original skill banner. Then we have the newest one. They are pretty good, right? But they are not in the full burst at the moment, but maybe next time they will be that. So we're just gonna go through all these ones that's here that you can see. So Argo, Target Tracker Argo, is a really good full burst skill that is focused on Earth element, so gonna be really good for floor per free if farming that. It has really nice bonus, 1500 attack against blunt enemy. Then we have increased attack for every element on the enemy, so you get up to 396% attack, really good. And if you can play around poison, you will have increased earth element damage, so pretty good. This one gives you a lot of attack when you're using flash element, so pretty good for sword and dagger, and then also increasing wind element damage up to 25, so pretty good in a wind set. Delicate Balance Silica, this is a wind full burst dagger, so gonna be really good for any slash wind content. For example, if you can farm the floor 83 boss, it can be really good there. Same again, it's kind of similar to the Argo birthday skill. Koharu, a welcome smile Koharu. This is gonna be a really good full burst mace if you're running a DPS for Blunt and Holy. So pretty good for any Blunt Holy content as well. The bonus pretty good as well. You're getting 1000 attack for marks. So if you have 1.5, 1.1, 2.0 or 2.5, you will receive 100 attack, pretty good. And you will also receive more damage if you have 2 little bit skill. So having 2 little bit skill will give you 1% more damage. And also more holy damage if you can play around the ability stacking, which mostly enemy can apply that. Undying Flame Juju, this is a full burst axe for Blunt and Holy, so gonna be the same as Koharu, really good for any Blunt and Holy. Really strong bonus, but 2000 attack, depends on your B. More blunt damage if you have 2 age skill, and more holy damage if you can play around the ability. And then we have the Soaring of the Sky Together Xenon. Pretty good full burst passive, gives you skill power at to 150 using switch, so pretty good in a chain full burst setup. You recover some HP if you need that, and also getting more switch gate, pretty good if you want to reach switch as soon as possible, so this is pretty nice. Pegasus Guidance Asuna. This one, I love this one. I usually use this to farm the KO Showdown 175 because that is one really annoying. So I want to finish the boss as soon as possible before I wrap it up. And this one is gonna be really good. Has a really nice bonus, 2000 attack on the enemy weak to frost. Get more attack if you have peak descent on yourself, and also 1000 crit. So you're always gonna be guaranteed to crit, even if the enemy has a high crit resistance, like 900, 800. If the enemy has that, you still are able to crit on that. Ace of the Triumph Asuna, one of the strongest rapier skill for Frost and Holy, so gonna be really good for any Frost Holy content. For example, if you're farming for Machina floor 17, this one is one of the strongest, really good to use, really good bonus, same bonus as the wind set, so gonna be really good for any Frost or Holy. Turning kindness into the power UE, this is gonna be a really good for any slash earth content. You have really good bonus, defense, scales with your defense, if you crit do, getting 100% slash damage, really good, and if you can play around poison, you're getting earth element damage, so gonna be really good for earth element weakness content, pretty good. Treasure in the Tropic Koharo, this is probably many favorite skill record because it's really fast, really strong as well, gonna be really good in any slash holy content. For example, Team I, floor 74, right? Floor 74, and we also have the KO Showdown. Many use this one for the late game boss, the Overseer, level 255, really strong there. Same bonus as many dagger skill or new generation, so you can see 1500 attack, you're getting more attack percent, 396, right, and also more element damage if you're playing around the ability, so going to be really strong as well. Then we have this one, Unspected Knife like Koharo. This is a passive full burst with 35% attack when using cross element, so going to be really good for rapier, spear, and bow, and also increase earth element damage, so gonna be really good in a earth focus build. This one is pretty sad. This one only had 2 bonus, which make it a little bit weaker, but right now on the new full burst bow they have 3 bonus, so they're gonna be a little bit stronger. But if you're fine with this one, this is gonna be really good for any frost earth content. Like, it has pretty good multiplier, some pretty good bonus as well, but if you want to compare the newer full burst bow that is coming out right now, they will always have 3 bonus. I wish it had 3 bonus so we can last even longer, but in future when they release a new full burst bow that is for earth element, that one will be much stronger. First one, the one everyone has been saving for pretty much, Reviving Strike Kirito. This is the SBS, but the full burst version, not the burst one. So this one gonna be really good for any slash content if you focus on non-element. You see the bonus, focus on defense, time 2, 1% earth element damage when you don't have any earth cliff skill. That's gonna be really easy to achieve. And if you have 2 answer skill in your set, you are receiving 500% crit rate. Gonna be really useful for any enemy that has really high crit resistance up to 4%. And if you are really good at playing at low HP, you are receiving additional 100% crit damage, which scale with the crit rate. So it is a really good skill for any slash weakness. You won't be able to use it on the lady content if you're farming for example lava, Rex, or maybe Gale. Maybe you probably can use it on Gale, but it really depends on the party. But otherwise, it's gonna be really good for any other content with the slash, like 99% of the slash content, so gonna be really good. The only downside with this skill is it has long animation. I'm not sure how long the animation is, maybe 6 seconds, something like that. I mean 16 hit, it is pretty long. The only downside is it has really long animation, but otherwise it is a pretty good skill. And if you want to focus on a non-element build, that you can use it for any content except for if you're farming for Rex and Lava, they'll require a little bit more stuff. When the battle ends, Kirito, this one is a really good pass skill. It gives you a flat fire attack, also you're recovering some HP, 1.5% HP per 3 seconds. But you mainly only focus on this one, Deep Affection 4. This one gonna be really good. So if you have Asuna or Liva skill, you definitely have to scale with defense attack. For every Asuna skill you have, you will receive 4% defense. You don't really need that many. You only need 2 Asuna skill because that is what the SBS require, right? So 2 Asuna skill is fine. Then you want to keep adding Liva because Sword doesn't have that many attack percentage, so having more attack percent gonna be really good for sword build. So Leafa, having multiple Leafa gonna be really good. If you have 3 Leafa skill, that's gonna give you 21% attack, which is gonna be really useful for sword. We have hand in hand Kirito. This is a sword wind element focus. Pretty nice bonus. Skill with defense. If you have Asuna, gives you more damage on enemy with the slash, and also wind bonus if you can play on bleed. So gonna be really good for any wind slash content. Starting with Klein, a burst of Halloween power Klein. This is a spearful burst focused on Frost and Holy. This one is pretty good, especially if you are a Lakin player that is farming the Skull Reaper that's weak to Frost and Holy, because the Skull Reaper has an AoE body. So with spear being AoE, you are able to unleash more damage on it. That's why it's pretty good there. Other than that, you probably can also use it on a single target if you need that. Floor 17 can be really good there. So it's not a bad full burst skill if you are spear main. This is for spear main only. Joyful Autumn Harvest Lisbeth. This is a maze DPS skill that focuses on earth element. Gonna be really good for any blunt earth content. For example, floor 51 if you farm Machina can be really good there. Retribution of Chaos Aegil. This is a powerized full burst. So if you miscon powerize, this one can be really nice to have. It's a flat 800 attack, but also more attack if you have element on you. So pretty good passive skill to have. And late game, this is gonna be really useful. I think some people are using this one because the enemy there is applying elements, so already receiving 20% attack, and also powerize 3 is a really good effect in general. And last one of the most popular swords get to use on floor 89 to farm Rex weapon. Harness Chaos Yuki. This is a sword water focus skill with high multiplier, 5800, really good bonus as well. Easy to achieve. You're getting more attack the more defense you have. If you have 2 critical skill, you're getting more damage on slash. And also if you can play around Frostbite, you're getting more water damage. So this one is really good. Really good in any slash water content. We have floor 89 Rex weapon. You can use it on chapter 1 as well. Any boss that weak to slash. For Chaos Showdown, you can use this for level 215 the worm, extreme worm. Pretty easy to deal with that. So yeah, that was all of them. Maze, passive, and then sword. So yeah, all of these skill core are the ones you can get from the followers banner. And now the question is this banner worth to summon on? Like I said, if you miscon a lot of full burst skill, then this banner is pretty good to summon on. If you're a new player that want to get into the meta where you already have a chain skill, then this banner is really good. If you're rerolling, use focus on reroll for sword. And right now when we're SBS, you can now reroll for SBS or Marasai Yuki. Those two are pretty good. You can use them for any slash content. Other than that, if you're currently happy with your current set where you don't really need full burst at the moment, you can better skip. It's not a limited banner. This one will always come back. If you come summon on this one right now, don't worry, this one gonna come back in the future as well. So you have another chance to get the full burst skill. You can also wait for Grand Order. They're kind of the same. Use that the Grand Order will have more skill record and has a higher drop rate. So you have to choose between the Grand Order or full burst. It really depends if you need more burst skill, then Grand Order. If you need the full burst skill, then you focus on this one. Yeah. That is for me. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Take care now and bye bye.